All right, my friends, welcome to episode 248 of Prof and Dev Play Games. The Dev ain't here, he's on vacation, so shit's about to get real. My name's Larry, at Prof Plays Games on Twitter. Over there's Travis and Brad. We're back for another night of, talking shit about Anthony since he's not here.
I mean, do we go back to his nicknames from high school? Because I still remember.
No, I think we'll probably allow him to escape that. But tonight we're going to talk about a couple pieces of gaming news that came out. I want to talk about Curse of the Moon 2 real fast. And then we're going to do some video game trivia. I don't know if you're familiar with the Game Informer podcast, but they do something called Back of the Box video game trivia, where they literally read the back of the box. I had a hard time finding backs of boxes, so I went to some top games of the 2000s or top games of all time and took those descriptions and took out anything that would be too obvious, I hope. And we'll see if you guys can guess them there. But before we turn on the mic, Travis was talking about, what were you talking about? Some game that just came out?
Gunvolt Chronicles.
Thank you.
Gunvolt Chronicles and Mighty Number 9.
Two of Travis's favorite games.
Well, no. Let's no. No, what I was saying is because Steam sale going on, my God, my wallet just keeps getting hurt every time I load Steam right now.
You're lucky you bought the gaming PC right before the Steam sale happened.
Yeah, that was another mistake. Because now I'm sitting there all these games that used to I could avoid, and I was like, I had no point in getting that. I can't play it. Now I'm sitting there going, wait, this machine can tear apart every one of these games. I have no limitations. The other night when we were talking and Brad made some comment about Rift S and VR and shit, as I told you guys then, I've always been like, can't play those, computer can't handle it, and now all of a sudden, I can do that. Anyways, Gunvolt Chronicles, amazing game. It's a great, especially if you like the old school Mega Man games.
Oh, hell yeah.
It's a fun game. And it's spawned off multiple, there's two of them, third one was just announced. And then there's also some spin-offs from that, like the Luminous Avenger, which I think has 2 games as well. And so I've been playing Luminous Avenger and Gunvolt, Azura Striker Gunvolt, the first one. And my comment was, knowing that Ifune was involved in Gunvolt, how did he get that one so right, but get Mighty Number 9 so wrong?
He was involved in Gunvolt?
Yes.
In what way?
He, I don't know the exact in it. I think he was an advisor on it, but his name is attached to it as well.
That's interesting.
And we had the conversation a few weeks ago about Kickstarter, and that was the only game that I feel that I was actually burned on from Kickstarter, because seeing the name, the pedigree, and knowing what it was, I was sitting there going, Mighty Number 9 should be an amazing game right out the door. And I have it, and I think when I last checked, I'm looking at it right now, Mighty Number 9, I have, this is sad, less than an hour playtime on the game. Like, it was so bad that I couldn't even get through the first boss before I was just like, I can't.
Dude, I'm the same way. That first level was just so sparse and boring as fuck. Like, there's no reason.
And then I took a chance with Zero Striker Gunvolt because Steam sale, and I think it was less than $5. And I just started tearing through the game. I loved everything about it. And then I was sitting there going, okay, maybe I'll get the second one. No, not yet, because I'm really weird with Steam games on sale. If it's over $10, I have a hard time paying for it for some reason. Under $10, no questions asked. And I think the second one's at $15 right now. But the spin-off Luminous Avenger, number 9, was $12. And I said, okay, I'm taking a chance with that. And again, I bought that this morning, and that's been my day for the most part.
Dude, the reviews on this are fucking killer. There's one person here says, the review in one sentence, this is Mega Man's Lost Brother.
Yes, it is. And that's what I don't get, is how do we go... The pendulum swung so far between those games, and I'm trying to figure out how having the same pedigree for both of them, how they could be so different.
Yeah, that looks good.
I cannot recommend the Zero Striker Gunvolt enough.
Well, I've played the original one of that one. I meant this one specifically, Luminous Avenger.
The Luminous Avenger is even better.
Yeah, it is the third in that series, so that makes sense if they're building on the other two.
Yeah,
because it's sort of. I mean, it's in the same world.
But this is a spin-off. This is a different character, right?
It's a totally different character, totally different sets of characters.
Because I've played as Zero Striker Gunvolt. No. Mighty Gunvolt. No, fuck, what did I play? No, that's what I played. As Zero Striker Gunvolt.
Right. So, yeah, Luminous Avenger 9 is in the same world as Gunvolt. That's why it's still called the Gunvolt Chronicles. But it's totally different characters. You're still dealing with the same world and the same bad company, I guess you want to call them.
Yeah.
Entity. But it plays different. It has some similarity. Like, the graphical style is obviously the same. But it plays differently.
Well, Inti Creates, man. Like, so many games of theirs that I played recently have just been killer. They're the ones that actually did Curse of the Moon, the kind of the, I don't know, demake or whatever, Ritual of the Night, or prequel or whatever.
Yep.
And they're doing Curse of the Moon 2, which comes out fucking on the 10th, which is so great, because I'm excited to have something new before jumping into something new and short before Tsushima. But man, you played Curse of the Moon, right?
Yes.
Oh, fuck. That game. I loved it so much. As an old school Castlevania fan.
And I've also played Ritual of the Night. I actually bought the DLC for Ritual of the Night as well.
Oh, nice. I just bought Ritual of the Night today. I have not played it yet, but
it's another really good game. It takes Curse of the Moon and just kind of brings it a little more to the forefront with newer graphics. I guess is the best way to put it.
Are there any characters that are the same? Like Zangetsu, is he in it?
I'm not going to answer this question. Let's
Okay.
leave it at that.
Okay,
I'm not going to answer that question because they are in the same world.
Yeah.
You can expect some crossover.
Cool. Okay.
We'll leave it at that.
Yeah. That sounds good. Did you play these, Brad?
No, not a lot of them.
Were you ever a Castlevania fan?
I tend to have a gigantic list to go through.
Yeah, you have how many games in your Steam library?
Right now, 1,212.
Speaking of Brad's games in his Steam library, Brad is giving away a game today. It's Jackbox Party Pack for Steam. It's 5DWL8 FCK0WPP. Jackbox games are always fun.
Oh yeah.
Oh man. Inti Creates, man, they're just doing some good stuff. Like they're basically like the spiritual successors to so many different games, including, I guess, I never played Blaster Master, but they do that as well.
I haven't touched that one yet. I was tempted to. But they also make another game that I didn't realize that they made that I've been very interested in, and that was Dragon Marked for Death.
Oh yeah, I have that on my wish list.
It's been one that I've been watching for quite a while, but then a lot of people were saying that playing it solo, which is 9 times out of 10 how I end up playing, can be a very difficult. Like, the game's designed to be a multiplayer game.
Well, I didn't realize Azure Striker Gunvolt 2 came out this week, or last week, I guess.
Last week, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, and those are now all in my library.
I was going to say, I see Brad has that. Did you just get that?
Literally just now. As you're talking, I'm typing into Steam, just add and add and add. Most of them are on sale, so that's nice.
Yeah. Well, I was looking at this one as your Striker Gunvolt 2 and thinking, oh, it's not on sale. It just came out. Okay,
just came out.
Makes sense.
Yeah, that's part of the reason why it's not in my library right now.
Yeah, I might add that to my Killer. I wonder if it's on Switch. What else is coming out? Oh, Ghosts, I guess.
Yeah, I pre-ordered that this week.
I think I'm still waiting for reviews on that one. I think I'm still going to play it launch, but I didn't like Infamous Second Son that much, and that was their last game, so
I didn't dislike that game. It was Infamous all over again. So for me, it was enjoyable, just not anything great, grand, or glorious.
I just felt like it was it repeated the same kind of stuff over and over and over again, which is fine. It did it well, and I just want to see that
I didn't enjoy it as much as Infamous 2, but I think it kind of fell on those first of the console generation pitfalls where people are still kind of learning what they can do with the new consoles.
Yeah.
And they always focus on, it looks pretty before adding any new Revelation stuff as far as gameplay.
Now I'm looking at Blaster Master Zero.
I was going to say, is everyone looking at Steam right now?
Yeah, dude.
I played a bit of Blaster Master Zero on Switch.
Me too,
and
yeah.
it definitely plays like the original.
It doesn't sound like a ringing, but that's.
I didn't say it was either. It definitely is a up-resed and remastered kind of version of the original game. So it's going to play very similar to what that game was.
Right. Which is good
a
for
lot of
people who are
quality
looking
of life
for that.
stuff.
Yeah.
But it's not gonna play like this brand new IP because it's not meant to.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm curious, Travis, what have you picked up in the Steam sale since you just got back into this?
Let's see. What have I bought recently? I bought Akane. I haven't played it yet, but it's been one that I've been really interested in. Azura Striker Gunvolt. I bought the Castlevania Anniversary Collection because I had to have that, obviously.
Yeah, that one's a great one.
I bought the 2016 Doom, which I've never played, but again, less than $5, and this is the one that everyone rants and raves over for the past 4 years. The Luminous Avenger. The one that I just discovered, too, it's still in early access, is Metal Unit. It plays kind of similar to Mega Man, but it's still that old school side scroller 2D. You kill bosses, you get upgraded gear, you get different weapons and stuff like that. You can still tell it's very raw. There's no voice acting in it. It's all text, and one of the things that's really kind of set me off a little bit is I can't speed up some of the text scenes. I just have to sit there and wait for it to go to the next. But again, early access, so I kind of give it that benefit of the doubt. It was still really fun to play. So I figured, you know what, I'll give you my $7 and hopefully you guys flush this the rest of the way out because so far I'm liking what I'm playing.
Right. That's kind of like the promise of, and the good thing about early access is you get in there for cheap and say, yeah, this is good, and if it's not great, then you've...
Yeah. Let's see, what else did I grab? Toho Luna Nights, just because I bought the Record of Lotus Wars beforehand, and again, same publisher, same developers behind that one, the Why So Serious, Team Ladybug, and I liked the Record of Lotus Wars, even though it's being done in episodes, so I can only go so far, have to wait for the next episode to come out and keep playing.
Right.
But the Toho Luna Nights has been out and fully released, so another fun one to play. Again, side scroller. I'm realizing that I'm buying a lot of side scrollers.
It sounds like you're playing a lot of games that you probably could have played on a less powerful computer.
Yeah, sadly, but true.
But that's fine. It's a game you like, so whatever.
I got a new PC, now I'm going to play stuff my old PC could play.
Exactly.
Yes. Destiny 2, I play on the PC too as well.
That's true.
Buying PC parts really loosens up your wallet in that sense.
Well, I feel like once you spent that much money on a computer, you're like, I can get a few more games.
To my point earlier, if it's under $10, it's pretty much, and it's on my wish list, I'm pretty much like, yeah, I'm just going to buy it. But once it breaks that $10 to $20 range, I'm sitting going, think about it a little bit more. Like, I've been sitting here looking at a Plague Tale because I know I want to play that one, but it's still over $15, and I'm sitting there going, do I want to pay that amount? But so that's my problems. I sit there and look at some of these games that I know they're $60, $50 games, and they're coming in at $20, and I'm still hesitant to actually pull the trigger on them, which is kind of sad.
Like Jedi Fallen Order, it's $30 now. That one you don't have, right?
No, I don't have it, but I'd rather play that on a console for some reason, and I don't have a reason for it. It just feels more console game for me.
Yeah, no, I get that. I have the same thing. Did you pick up Titanfall 2? It's on for $10.
No, because I have it on the PS4.
Oh, that's right. You already said that. I
got it when it was
PS Plus.
Free. PS Plus.
That's the best.
Amazing game. The story on that was fun. The gameplay on it. Titanfall 1 was a fun game. And that's a game that didn't get a lot of credit for what it was. And that's kind of sad. Titanfall 2 is in the same situation. Really good game.
Titanfall 1 is because there was no story. It's just wish we got in spades in fucking 2, man.
Right. But, I mean, let's be real. Fortnite doesn't have a story, really. I don't think, does it? I've never played it.
No, it does not. Well, I mean, no, it does not. I was thinking the Save the World mode, but maybe not.
Yeah, not a traditional story mode.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, gameplay carries that, so why couldn't, gameplay carry Titanfall? It is. different
Yeah.
time, different
Same
approach.
reason I haven't touched it. Doesn't have a story mode. I don't care.
Yeah. I don't know. I enjoyed Titanfall 1. I thought it was a shit ton of fun.
No, I did too. I just think that people were looking for, because it was like that huge exclusive to launch the Xbox One, right? It was on the was it Xbox One, or is it Xbox? I think it was Xbox One.
I can't keep track of Xboxes anymore.
But anyway, I think it was an Xbox One like launch exclusive. There's no story mode. There's no meat to this besides this like really fucking well done multiplayer, but still,
Yeah.
that's what it felt like.
No, the one thing the PC has taught me here recently is, as you know, I've started kind of doing the audiophile type thing, and I say that loosely because I'm nowhere near an audiophile. But having like an external amp and DAC, and I noticed this yesterday, I think it was, because I was playing Destiny 2 on the PS4, and I have Astro A50s. And then I went to play it on the PC, and I realized night and day the sound difference between the two. Like, I've realized, and I know plenty of people said this, gaming headphones are complete bullshit. They really don't. They're not real. They're garbage. I can tell what type of gun, what gun, and where people are located just by the sounds on my computer. Whereas on my PS4, even with the Astro A50s, I can tell what type of gun, but I can't tell you if it was a Revoker versus a Beloved or something else.
Yeah.
Where I can tell that on the PC from the sound alone.
I wonder if the PS5 with their whatever the crazy shit they're doing with the sound is going to change that on console.
I don't put it on the PS4. I put it on the headphones themselves because I'm not using the same headphones.
Yeah.
So it's the DAC and the amp external combination with headphones, because a lot of gamers use closed back headphones, and closed back headphones are not conducive to gaming at all.
I feel like that's,
from my experience.
Now I'm getting self-conscious with use for gaming.
So
that are on my
I'd
head.
say the exact opposite. I'd say they're perfect because I don't want to hear the outside world.
Yeah, I don't hear the outside world with my open backs. It all depends on what you're using too.
I'm also typically in the living room area, so a TV being on or anything else, there's lots of other noise that I usually have to deal with.
Yeah. So there's uses for each one of them, right? But most gaming closebacks are garbage. HyperX is one of those weird ones that I found. They actually took real headphones and then just slapped some gamer stuff onto them.
Which I got for cheap because I got the pink ones, which was awesome.
Like on the consoles, you'd want optical out to a separate thing to hook it into a DAC, but most people just use Bluetooth, and that's just not the bandwidth you need to get to really get that audio quality.
Yeah. Or even just a USB to a DAC too will get you. But anyways, point being, it's something I've noticed, and I'm actually consciously looking at my little DAC amp combo that I currently have, and I'm about ready to plug it into the PS4 and see what I can get out of it.
Mm-hmm. So what about you, Brad, on the Steam sale? We know you just picked up a couple of Mega Man clones. What else?
More than a couple. I probably am in the 20s or something.
Yeah.
It's like, how big did your collection grow over the past few days?
I feel like last time I talked to him, it was like 1050. That must not be right, though.
No, it was in the 1180s last time.
Okay.
Jeez. Like Sims 4, Lobotomy Corporation, Mass Effect Andromeda, because it was cheap, Burnout Paradise, Wreckfest, Agents of Mayhem, Ace Combat 7, Crash Insane Trilogy, Jump Force, Spyro, Stronghold Kingdoms, Stronghold Crusader, Hammerwatch, Disco Elysium, Mutant Road to Edom, Earth Defense Force 5, Azure Striker Gunvolt 2, the Mighty Gunvolt, Curse of the Moon, and Luminous Avenger.
Nice.
So far.
I feel like I'm slacking now.
It's not a competition. Speaking of Brad's games, one more to give away. Titan Quest Anniversary Edition. 3QY, 4Y, W7NF, 7M. Thanks again, Brad, for that. So I brought you guys together to do some trivia. I'm in a trivia league online, and the way that they rate the trivia difficulty is just the movie scale, G, PG, PG-13, R, and C-17. The higher the rating, obviously, the more difficult the trivia. I I think I'm in the PG-13 range, but it might be that it will be easier or harder depending on what I chose, because typically the trivia in this vein is just reading the back of the box. For example, I'll read you the back of the box here for one game as an example. See how quickly we get this one. Fight monsters and mini-bosses. Avoid ghosts and the burning sun. Make your way through water and quicksand. Dodge cannonballs and bullets and rescue the in blank. There are more warps, more chances. Any guesses?
Wands.
What general time frame are we dealing with here?
So this is the 90s in the U.S., late 80s in Japan.
Yeah, I've got nothing. 90s?
Monsters and... Oh boy, this is going to be... Okay, this is what I was talking about, because I thought this was the easiest gimme in the whole fucking thing. Monsters and mini-bosses, ghosts in the burning sun. Make your way through water and quicksand. Dodge cannonballs and bullets and rest. There are more warps, more chances, extra lives.
Super Mario 3.
You got it. Super Mario Brothers 3. So
Was
in
it-
this...
Oh, it wasn't around a wand. Dude.
Yeah.
I was thinking some sort of Super Mario because it was like warps and suits. I was like, okay, we're talking about Mario, but I don't remember it being about the wand.
Yeah, totally. What falls from the sky, right? You catch it and go down. So that's back of the box. It just describes the game. It was a little harder for me to find back of the box unless I searched individually and then just like looked at the boxes from Google Images and typed it out, which I wasn't going to do for 20 games. So I found a bunch of top games of the X decade or top games of all time, and then I took their descriptions and I took out the pertinent information. So that might make it easier or harder. I'm not sure, but I am going to keep track of score here. And
Oh,
see
this is a competition now. Okay.
everything. about-
Larry's involved, of course
Yes,
it is.
exactly. I cannot do anything unless it's a competition. Okay, so there are 20 games. We're going to start here with, and please don't Google this because I'm about to tell you where it came from. But it's AV Club listed the top games of the 2000s at the very end of the 2000s. And so the first game, and you can just say the answer whenever you've got it, and points there. But I will give you a clue that this is a game from 2000. More than anything else, Blank is about breaking the simulation game genre down to its most basic components. By keeping the focus on a single household, the game allows for a previously unimagined amount of detail in your looks and life
Sims?
paths. You got it. The Sims. I loved that game when it came out.
I've never played a single one.
I haven't played it in a long time, but Brad, I think you just said you just picked one up, right?
Yeah, I played a few, but I'm much more in the give me all the credits and let me build a house and then hilariously mess with people.
Get the pool and then take the ladder out. Lock him in the bathroom. I was thinking about this when I was putting this together today, thinking, I've been looking for games that are like building kind of games, like Animal Crossing, for example, that didn't have a lot of bullshit tutorials for my daughter, and I think this one might be. I might check it out. So that's 1 point for Travis. The Sims from 2000. This game is from 2007. The Legend of Blank starts with a fledgling team of still in-school game makers who pitched a concept to Blank, walked away with a deal and a brilliant blank mechanic, and the extensive playtesting that perfected the puzzle made. But credit goes to Blank for what they brought to the table. A writing team that stitched the levels together with a hilarious but meaningful dialogue, one of the decade's best villains, the complex, conflicted, the subtle integration into the wider Blank universe. There's a lot of blanks here, sorry guys. And the fact
I'm already thinking it's Portal.
it's Portal, you got it.
Yeah, I had zero clue.
I took out fucking Gladys and every other. I took out Valve and Gabe Newell. Gabe Newell.
Half-Life, yeah.
Yeah, and Half-Life, exactly, yep. You got it. It is Portal. Man, that was a great game. I still haven't played the single player for Portal 2. I played the multiplayer with Brad.
Never played either one.
It's so good.
Holy shit. Is that on Steam? Is that on sale, I mean?
I don't know.
I'm going to go check right
I'm
now.
sure it is.
Well, Portal 2... The Spirit.
Portal 2 is $1.99.
Yes,
Portal
exactly.
Is $1.99.
Dude, those are must-gets, Travis.
Portal bundle, $2.98.
Yes.
Mm.
We're going to pause the
I'll cons-
podcast while you
I'm
add that to your
consider
cart.
We'll consider
It's under your $10 rule, and they're like some of the best games of all time. Holy shit.
it.
Okay.
We'll consider it.
All right, this next one I think is, if you get this, you get 2 points. No other. This is from 2004, by the way. No other form of media values doing cool shit over logic and common sense to the extreme that video games do. The quintessential example of style over substance is 2004's reboot of the arcade and NES era classic Blank. The head-scratching story of Ninja Ryu Hayabusa appears to pride itself in making...
Ninja Gaiden.
You got it.
Yeah.
I almost took that name out and I decided to keep it.
The second you said Hayabusa, it's Ninja Gaiden. It's about the only option it can be.
Yeah. I'm gonna go
That
back.
was a good one. That was a good game, too.
Did you play the remake?
The one that came out in 04, yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to give you 1 point instead of 2 because I forgot that I kept. So 2 for Brad, 1 for Travis. Not that you guys care, but I certainly do. Next game. 2000.
Except for the fact I'm going to lose, so it's all good.
2006. If Anthony's listening to this, he'll wish it. It would have been enough had Blank eliminated random encounters. The tedious cycle of walk 3 steps, fight a battle, return to step 1 had dominated console role-playing games for an unacceptably long time, so Blank ditched it, then went further. Borrowing the best ideas from the MMO sphere, this game not only brought the bad guys out in the open where you could see and avoid them, but it also cut way back on the tedious menu navigation with the Gambit system, freeing players to
Final Fantasy 12.
You got it. Final Fantasy 12. Anthony's one of his favorite games that he's probably right this second, actually, on vacation. All right. Damn it.
Yep, a lot of those I played as they came out.
I was surprised it's 2006. I thought it was earlier, but...
I stopped playing after Final Fantasy X.
Yeah, 10 was like 01, 02-ish.
Oh, wow. Did you like 10, or you didn't like it and that's why you stopped?
More became of a time issue.
Yeah.
10... I think we had this conversation before. There was one boss in 10 that if you didn't go in with the right gear, it made it damn near impossible.
Mm-hmm.
And I was about 2/3 of the way through the game. I can't remember what her name was. But she basically would cast zombification on your characters and then immediately Cura, which would insta-death. So you had to have an anti-zombie ring on all your characters where she just healed everyone.
Mm.
But the problem was she was so far away from any town and save points that by the time you save right before her, I had like 4 hours of game time before I could go back.
Oh, that sucks.
So I wasn't going to give up 4 hours of playing to go back to an old save to get back up to it. So I stopped playing for years, and then randomly, like 3 years later, I put it back in and beat her on my first try. And I was like, oh, I beat her. And she was the hardest boss in the game. I was like, well, so if I beat her, I basically can beat the game, so I'm done.
I wish that logic worked for me.
Yeah, I know. And then I just never went back to it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I bought Final Fantasy 12, never played it, and then after that, they went to the real-time combat shit, and I stopped, and I didn't. That's just never been my thing.
I bought it on PS4. I have not played it yet, which is the story of my fucking life, obviously. Final Fantasy 12.
You don't like your RPG with the side of I'm playing in an airplane?
No.
Well, 12 is on sale on Steam for $25. If that
Too expensive.
And okay, I'm not going to go there. At least you're considering. Next game came out in 2008. I think this is a game all of us played. Some games have great storylines, some have great worlds. Blank's update of the Blank series is a world-building triumph. The Blank is more than a massive chunk of irradiated real estate. It's home to characters of every conceivable stripe, odd relics of a bygone civilization, and mutated new inhabitants that suggest evolution isn't the process to... Blank's crowning achievement is structuring the Blank as a framework in which players can pick and choose how they'll combine those ingredients to tell. Is the Blank the basis for a traditional Western, a cautionary Mad Max tale, or a balls-out action saga? It can be all of the above and much more. I'm surprised we're not there yet.
I know, I'm trying to say, no, what year was it? 'Cause I'm thinking Fallout 3.
It's Fallout 3, yeah.
Yeah, I never played it.
Oh, shit, I thought you did, man.
No, I've never touched a Fallout game in my life.
Shit, apparently I geared this fucking trivia thing towards Brad.
Yeah, so far you've been going off for games that I haven't touched. So I'm like,
all right. You should. That one's a great game. I don't know. Did you finish Fallout 4, Brad?
No. I didn't like some of the mechanics, like the having to keep building up the home base. I just kind of wanted to go out and do stuff.
Yep, I hate it. This is the last one from the AV Club's Best of the 2000s. This is a game from 2007, which you might get by the end of the first sentence. A 3-word pleasantry. Would you kindly set up the most stunning plot twist?
Bioshock.
Sorry, Travis, I've fucked you in this game.
Another game I haven't played.
Well, so we're giving you a list of things to pick up on Steam now.
Well, I just saw something come through on Steam from Brad. I'm like, what was this?
It's fucking
Rocket
Portal.
League.
Oh, is it really?
Yes.
Oh my god, you're the best. I can't see how much Bioshock is because I have it in my library. So why is that? Why wouldn't I be able to see the price if it's in? Oh no, there it is. $5, dude. It's $5 All right.
It's behind the not appropriate for all ages thing.
Yeah. All right. So at the end of the first round of Back of the Box trivia, there are 3 rounds, by the way. We have Brad with 5 points, and we have Travis on the board.
Yeah.
He's on the board, guys.
You keep giving me games I've never touched. I'm like, well, in all fairness, I never touched The Sims either, but
But you got that one, yeah. This next one should have a few that you've touched. Some of them for sure. You're going to get a few points here. A few. Okay. First one. This is a game I'm pretty sure none of us have touched. Again, Anthony. Blank. Okay, sorry. So this is from the top 100 games of all time, and this is across any year. And I don't have the years for this one actually, but I will tell you it's a list of 100 from Inus's game number 1. Blank in 2019 is a game I should not care about. When it launched in 2016, it was in a lot of ways a mediocre experience. Outside of catching the original Blank, the game itself heavily relied on the nostalgia of the Blank franchise and augmented reality gimmick of having them show. If you didn't care about the IP, the game itself was very lacking. Guesses so far?
I was thinking Hollow Knight, but I don't think that's right.
no.
So, augmented reality gimmick. In 2019, the game is flooded with a multitude of tasks, activities, and events that can involve anyone from yourself to a large group of people. These additions create an experience that incentivizes users.
Pokemon Go?
You got it. Travis gets a point.
Holy crap, I was just taking a wild shot in the dark.
You got it. It is Pokemon Go.
It was the augmented reality thing. I was like, what do I know that uses that? And that's the only thing I could think of that uses... I know there's way more than that, but that was the only one I could think of.
I know that you're behind, Brad, but I will say that you have gotten the first one on each round so far, so that's got to feel good.
That actually made it on the top 100?
It made it. It did. All lists are subjective, but
popularity is not quality.
Speaking of quality, number 98 on their list, I wish were much, much higher. When I was famished for Dungeons and Dragons, Blank filled that void for me. It gave me the freedom to cheat, steal, kill, or persuade my way with kindness through the campaign with a friend or 3, just like D&D. Creative play is not only allowed but encouraged and intentionally made possible by the developers. It felt liberating to play a huge RPG that rewards cheating the system and encountering NPCs and opponents that acknowledge and react to it. Any guesses so far?
No, I'm drawing a blank.
Okay.
First thing that was into my head was Skyrim, but no, it doesn't sound right.
Nope. I've since recommended it to all my real-life D&D parties, and they've all come back with the same opinion. It's the best D&D experience you can get from a game. Blank
Baldur's
even has
Gate?
You're on the right track.
Baldur's Gate 2?
Just keep saying numbers.
Baldur's Gate 3?
No, Baldur's Gate 3 hasn't out yet.
Yeah, but if you think about Baldur's Gate 3, you might get this one. Blank even has a Game Master mode, which lets you build your own campaigns, but the built-in story is decidedly plenty and infinitely replayable.
I'm still drawing a blank.
Okay.
So am I.
This is Divinity Original Sin 2.
Oh, yeah, no. Never played it.
You're a D&D player, Travis, right?
Yeah, real D.
Yeah, no, I know.
I have a really hard time with video game D&D, in all honesty. It's, for me, I love D&D, but it's not so much the game so much it is being at the table with the people.
Right.
And I will admit that it's fun creating that character and watching it, but I don't know, there's something that's different. You lose a lot of the imagination when you have it graphically presented to you.
Right. No, that makes sense. I think the D&D aspect is like the think of it and you can... That makes sense.
Yeah. Whereas in a game, there's limitations to everything, and that's just because they have to have those limitations. Otherwise, God, yeah.
Yeah, otherwise it doesn't work at all.
Yeah.
This next one, let's see how many sentences it takes. Blank is a landmark JRPG for a variety of reasons, but many of its achievements have now been lost to the winds of time and technological progress. Yet, its age has done nothing to change its status as the series' most popular and beloved entry, which has
Final Fantasy?
Final Fantasy 7.
Yeah, I think you both said 7 at the same time.
Sorry, when I say Final Fantasy, that's all I refer to. But
I would say that's a good tie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We both had the same thought at the same time.
Yeah, I figured you guys would be racing to get that one. So
granted, that's the West intro to Final Fantasy, really. I mean, there was other Final Fantasies beforehand, but yeah.
Well, and 6 is way higher on the list than, because this was on their list. This is number 96, and number 6 or something.
Yeah. Everyone just remembers 7 because it was their first. A lot of the time they dip their toe into it.
Right.
That, and given the time period and when games started becoming a lot more popular, the age group that was usually around them, that was us. So it's a lot easier for us to remember that than it is the earlier stuff. So
right. Yeah, I think it's the only Final Fantasy I've beaten is 15, but I've attempted 7 like 3.
I've
about me and not about it.
Beaten that game multiple times. I've gone through and beat all the ultimate weapons. Got the gold chocobo. I've done everything Final Fantasy VII has to offer, and I still keep going back to it.
Yeah.
Not even the remake, just the Final Fantasy VII. Sometimes I've been known to pull out the PS1 and put the disc into
Christ.
and go. Well, one of 3 discs. That was the thing that blew my mind, was the fact that it was 3 discs too.
Yeah. That's why we're probably gonna have 3 remakes. Or more, probably more.
They're going to have more than 3. They're going to milk that for all it's worth.
Might as well. Apparently it was really good. And they've changed the ending, I guess, right, Brad?
They're basically making it to where it seems like it's an alternate reality. It's kind of hard to see where they're going to go with it, but I'm excited.
Hopefully in a couple of years. Hopefully not too long. Next game came out a long time ago. This is number 89 on their list. Blank took every lesson that blank learned from blank. What a stupid fucking sentence.
Can you just say blank? Like, if you have that many blanks in a sentence, you might as well just not even say it, dude.
Blank, blankety, blank, blank, blankety, blank, blank, blank.
Sounds like some sort of classified document. All redacted.
It's all redacted, right? Learned from blank and expanded, refined, and remixed it. The third game in the seminal series brought blank into the 90s in true blank style, retaining the challenging platforming, though not the toughest nails version as seen in the original, and incredible boss battles this series. While taking on new enemies, like our plucky robot hero managed to learn a few new tricks that would become. The slide ability gave Blank a mobility upgrade, and his friendly robot pooch Blank allowed him to explore greater heights and find hidden secrets.
It's in Mega Man 8 or 9.
Yeah.
Blank also marked the appearance of Blank, whose short arc established him not only as Blank's older brother, but also a series mainstay and occasional foil. There's a long-running debate as to whether Blank 2 Blank a game, but for our money, it's the...
Or Mega Man X. That's where my head's going.
I was thinking Mega Man 2 because they had the dog, I can't even think of the dog's name now.
It's Rush.
I'll read you the very last sentence again. There's a long-running debate as to whether Blank 2 or Blank 3 is the definitive NES Blank game, but for our money, it's
Mega Man X3 or Mega Man 3.
Brad gets it. It's Mega Man 3. Brad gets a point. I thought that was going to be Travis's all the way.
Well, I was thinking Mega Man, but there's only 20 to choose from.
Yeah,
Mega Man X, Mega Man 1.
But the
Mega Man 0.
I know there are a lot of blanks, but the second sentence said the third game in this series.
Well, there's Mega Man X3.
Yeah,
there's
that's the problem.
Thirds.
There's multiple thirds in the Mega
but then
series.
it says NES, so...
Yeah, I didn't play NES.
It also said blank 400 times, so what's the point?
All right, number 80 on the list. Again, Anthony would love to be here for this one. Say the word Shodan to any veteran PC gamer.
System Shock. Or System Shock 2.
That's Street Fighter 2.
Yep, System Shock 2. Travis gets that one.
I was like, you said Shodan. Well, Shodan was in System Shock 2, just not a prominent character.
Spelled your name with a B somehow.
Yeah.
kept thinking of how they call Ryu and Ken Shoto characters.
All right, so currently, an update to the score. Travis is gaining in this round. Brad has 7. Travis has 4. Still plenty of time to catch up.
Really?
Yep.
Color me surprised.
The only one actually playing is Larry.
Yes, that's true. Okay, next, number 57 on their list. Blank has built its reputation on classic RPGs, but it's unlikely that any will represent its legacy as well as the Blank series and the original Blank introduction to that world. Who can forget the first time they opened the galaxy map or the outcome of their Blank man? You got it, Mass Effect. The original. This is Brad.
The game that I played an hour of.
That I've probably played 10 times in entirety.
I wish they'd remake it and Brad basically browbeat me into playing that game. I was like, I don't like sci-fi, I don't want to play it. He's like, just fucking play it. And I ripped through all 3 of them. Finished.
Yeah, my problem is just getting, I don't know. There's too many options and I'm a completionist and those types of games are just not good for me. It's part of the reason why I stopped playing JRPGs.
There's a lot of choice, that's for sure.
You missed out on the Mazimune where you had to do this one thing 10 hours ago and you forgot.
Right. That's Mass Effect is the type of game that will drive me it'll drive me insane because I'll be each option in your dialogue. I'll be like analyzing like, okay, how is this going to affect the game 20 hours from now? And I'll be like Googling it, trying to figure out what I can and can't do to get certain things to happen. And then that just ruins the game.
I always just have playthrough one time with one character and be all Paragon, then go through again, be all Renegade.
Right. For me, I'm the same way with completionism. Like Witcher 3, you start off in this like tutorial area called White Orchard that you can spend a lot of time in, or fucking Dragon Age Inquisition with the fucking hinterlands. I just couldn't leave, and that just like killed those kind of games for me initially. The Witcher. So I just now just go. If I miss stuff, I'll get on the next playthrough, or I won't. Otherwise, I just can't enjoy it or even start it.
Yeah, that's going in with the assumption that you're going to have multiple playthroughs. I go on with the assumption that I'm probably going to do a one and done.
Yeah,
so.
Well, and for the most part, I do. There's very few games that I replay. But otherwise, I just get stuck, basically. Like, I played probably like 30 hours of the Hinterlands, or 25 or whatever, before I realized I could... This one, this was 10 or 11. This is number 52 on IGN's list of best games of all time. Blank is the closest a video game has come to emulating the effects of... In terms of its structure, it's so simple. You must reach a snowy mountain peak visible in the distance. Ooh, I thought for sure that was going to be Travis getting that one. That is Journey. What?
I haven't played that one in a while. I need to go back and play it now.
Oh, man.
I haven't played it at all.
Damn it.
That is a game that you need to play. That in the story.
But do you know the hook of that, Brad? Do you know the?
Just haven't researched just that much. It was kind of on the radar, but never got to it.
Just don't learn what the thing is. Just play it.
Just play it. I will tell you, the one thing I will tell you is I have never gotten so much emotion from a game that doesn't have a single effing word in it.
Yep, I agree.
My God, the first time I beat that game, because you can beat it in a couple hours tops.
Yep.
I literally sat the controller down on the PS4 or PS3, PS4, PS3. I sat the controller down and I just sat there staring at the TV, watching the credits roll, going, "Oh my God, this really just happened." Oh my God, and it took me probably another hour to process it before I immediately jumped right back into that game and played it again.
Yep, I've replayed this game probably 3 or 4 times, which again I don't do. But it's nice that it's shorter. I will just. That's right. Go ahead.
Go.
I was just say I will throw out there that it is on sale on Steam for $11.24 right now. All right. Anyway, go ahead.
That game I've beat more times than I can count. Especially now that I went through and I got the white scarf, the white outfit, and the scarf and everything to note that I collected everything in the game. And I would just go. You kind of just want to be a guide after you've done it.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Because you want to give back what you got, you know. You know what? I'm just gonna stop there, Brad.
Yeah. if you haven't played the game, you're doing yourself an injustice. Like, you guys are giving me crap for Portal and everything else. This is right up there with it, if not even probably above that.
No, I agree. It's definitely up there with, especially Portal 1. Next one. This came out this last decade. This is item number 34 on their list. Blank initially presents as a work of gothic horror. You spend the opening hours inching through Blank's dark alleyways and ominous churches, culling hordes of muttering werewolves. Soon gives way to a weird tale worthy of Lovecraft himself.
Bloodborne?
The point.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome back to the...
Well, I thought that's what I thought when you said Lovecraft, but I was like, when was this released? Because, yeah.
Last decade, yeah.
Yeah, I know. That's sad to think it's the last decade. I'm realizing now, oh shit, it's been 4+ years, I think, since Bloodborne was released. Holy crap.
All right, Brad's got 8. Travis has 6. Not that you guys care, but I do.
Now I'm checking out the release date on that because I'm like, when did that come out?
2015 is my guess.
15. Oh my god, it's been 5 years.
Did you say 16 or 15?
15. March
Yeah,
24th,
okay, I was
2015. Right. That was one that I pre-ordered and everything.
Yeah.
That is another game that still eats up my time to this day.
I'm going to read the last paragraph just because I want to get your perspective on this. Bloodborne intentionally ditched Dark Souls' trusted shield to force the player to be more aggressive. The director wanted every slash inflicted by its arsenal of gruesome weapons to feel as if you were fighting for your... Does that sound right?
Very much so.
Yeah.
Bloodborne took the Dark Souls and kind of flipped it on its head. And what I mean by that is it sped it up. You could no longer be passive. Like Dark Souls, Demon Souls, the primary goal was get a shield, get stamina, beat turtle, block everything, hack, block everything, hack. Bloodborne flipped that 100%. There was no block. There was no turtling. Your option was a very small parry window or very few iframes. Right. So you had to be on it. And the other thing that I think that it did really well is everyone starts a game, and this is what's kind of interesting. You start a game, you have your starting weapons. You assume that you're going to find better gear as you go on. And that was so not the case with Bloodborne. You found other weapons, but no weapon was superior to any other weapon. They were all on the same level playing field. So any weapon could be an in-game weapon from the very beginning to the very last thing that you got. It all depended on your build.
That's nice for it to be that balanced.
Yeah, it was one. Like, I've beat that game 10, 15 times, and I have 5 different characters, each with different builds and completely different play styles. I've done the Blood Level 4 playthrough. I didn't get all the way through it because I got distracted, but that's basically where you don't level your character up at all.
Oh, Jesus.
And you just level up your weapons. So
that's possible to beat the game like that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Wow.
People have done that without being touched. They've done no-hit Blood Level 4 playthroughs.
Yeah.
I'm not that level.
Yeah.
But
that sounds like Sekiro.
Right.
Level of shit.
And it's just that game. We've had this conversation. Bloodborne is the best game, period, on the PS4 in my book. There is no other game better than it, hands down. So
I'm hoping to get back into that one day.
Button mashing is not your friend.
But it's so fun. Game number 33 on their list. When Blank hit the GameCube, it was one of the prettiest, most technologically advanced games on any platform. In a post-Wii era, it's hard to fathom Nintendo ever shaking up the industry again with a cutting-edge first-person shooter, but that's what made 2002 such an exciting year for GameCube owners.
I was thinking Time Splitters.
I didn't play the previous Blank games, so I bought Blank just to see what my GameCube. It was gorgeous and fast, but it was also amazingly packed with detail, birds, bugs, and other game.
Metroid Prime.
You got it.
I don't remember it being that good looking.
I think at the time it probably wasn't it? Brad?
Yeah. Like, texture quality, not so much, but they did put a lot of just detail in there. That was nice.
Are you typing our names out each time?
Damn right I am.
Why don't you just put B or T? Because it would be so much easier for you to still be able to tell who's who.
I'm much more anal than that, man.
Holy crap.
Game number 24 on the list. The premise of Blank is incredibly simple. mine materials such as first.
Minecraft?
Yes, it's Minecraft.
Oh.
What the fuck does this sentence mean? Mine materials such as first and wood? What?
Typo.
I just copied and pasted that from IGN, guys, so.
Well, let's be fair. IGN's not the best at
Editing. That
at
is
a lot
the
of
end
things.
That's the end of round 2.
Some editor
by the
was
way,
not
guys.
doing their job there.
No, definitely not. There were a couple of typos that I found in the IGN stuff specifically. That I was end of 2 rounds. Brad has 9 and Travis has 7. So ahead by 2. The final round is simply just the back of the box. So it's not anyone's like narrative description of a game. It's just the game companies. There are 3 games on this list, so it is technically possible. First game. I almost read the fucking title, which I'm glad I didn't. I would have killed it. You are blank. Mercenary. At your disposal is every tool of the trade: razor-sharp swords, lethal mixtures, stealthy crossbows, at magic.
Which are 2, 1, 2, 3.
I like that. I like the shotgun approach.
Wait, what? What'd you say?
It's one of the Witcher games, so I just said all 3.
Oh.
It is Witcher 3. Yep, but that kind of goes for any of them at that point. Witcher 2, 1, 3, any of those. It is now not anyone's game, but
No.
we're going to play for glory. Deceived by the forces of evil into prematurely bringing about the end of the world, blank, the first horseman of the apocalypse, stands accused of breaking...
Darksiders.
Yep.
Oh, shit. I definitely would have bet money that'd be Brad getting that one first. It was Darksiders. Travis gets a point.
I was picturing it. I was just trying to get the word to my lips. I was like,
Last
that's
one.
war. Oh, that's dark. And yep,
That was the
he got
blank.
it.
Yep.
That was a good game. That's such a
Yes.
good game.
Last one here. Again, I almost read the title. What the fuck? Leave no territory clean. In these all-out online turf wars, you'll need ink blasters, ink rollers, ink bombs,
Splatoon.
and...
Well,
there you
yes,
go, it's
Splatoon.
Splatoon. Ba-ba-bam.
Never played that one.
You know, multiplayer only.
11 to 8.
That's it. Nice math. All right. So in the end, we have a 3.
I
You
didn't
didn't win the
expect
game you weren't playing. It's fine.
to. Yeah.
However, there is a prize for someone out there who's listening, would like to put a game into their Steam library, see what it is, but the code is 3JDVQ4JX. Already own it, then you can't.
See, that's not fair because now I want to put the code in just to know what it is.
Well,
but I
you
don't want
can't.
to do. But I don't want to do that to someone because that's effed up.
Yeah, that's because they'll try and be like, well, what the hell, man? I could have tried to put one in.
I finally got one and I own the damn game.
Oh, they'll get it. It's like, oh, I had the definitive edition, so that now I got both, and I'm not going to use it.
Right. Well, at least you can plug it in and then before you claim it, you can hit cancel.
We had the
Anyway.
lovely video game version of Whose Line Is It Anyway? The game's are real and the points don't matter.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what just happened, except for me, the points. Only one we didn't get, and that was Divinity Original Sin 2, simply because neither of you have played that game. Cool. Well, thanks for joining. Anything that you're playing, anything you want to talk about before we...
I guess I'm going to start playing Rocket League now that I have it.
Oh my god, yes you are. Thank God. You can experience my fantastic goaltending.
Yep.
Oh
It's
my
easy.
God.
Shoot it at Larry, and it will go in, because he just sits there.
That's not fair. I moved. Very slowly toward the ball.
God.
I misread the speed of the ball and got to it right when it was crossing the plane of the goal, and I tapped it with my nose and shot it in the goal.
Missed the
Own
mark
goal?
going half a mile
Oh,
an
it
hour.
was an own goal. It would have been a goal anyways if I didn't. It would not have been a goal if I actually had goal tended the right way. Brad and were unhappy. All right. Well, that was some episode. What thing? That was episode 248 of Prof and Dev Play Games. Over there is Travis and Brad, and Anthony is on vacation, so we'll see how many points he got of this one, and I'll tally his points.
Oh, I guarantee you he'll be me.
Well, thanks, guys. Thanks everyone for listening. We'll see y'all next week.
Oh, have a good one.
Later.